Okay, so to create the blog, you have to have a Gmail account. If you don't have a Gmail account, you just go and create one. But most of you should have one. So you go here, and once you create it, you log in as you would normally. And once you're logged in, so see, I have to move. If you see my mouse moving everywhere, it's because you don't see my Zoom screen with your faces on it, but I do. So I got to move it around so I see stuff. So once you log in, you're already logged in. This is my old one. I had this blog since I was pregnant with Shay. That's why the sign in is the Parent Center at Gmail. So I just use my old Gmail. And so I just go, all you do is you go to blogger.com. And I might have to create a new one from scratch so that you guys see me creating it from scratch. Yes, I will. Let me create one from scratch. That way you guys see it from the beginning. Because I'll show you mine, but since you guys are going to be creating your own, I would have to create a new one. And who knows what the hell I'll do with it. And my computer's really slow. So who said they didn't have a Gmail? Who does not have one? Tony?
I don't have one.
Oh, so Tony, Cynthia, and Amanda, neither three of you guys do?
I do.
Okay, if you do, okay. And if you do have one and you just want to create a new one, like with a new name, you can do that too, like Tony Nahara Fitness or Amanda Halo Fitness or Cynthia Fitness. If you wanted to create a new one, just so that you can, when people email you, you have like sort of an official email, you can do that too and create your blog with that new one. So totally up to you. So you create a new one and then you sign in. If you have more than one Gmail, it will give you an option on all your Gmails. Good Lord, tonight's connection is so slow. Okay. It's like torture watching that little wheel spin. Especially when you're in a hurry. I don't want it to take an hour and a half. Okay, so I have a bunch of Gmail accounts and my husband is on here too. So I'm gonna create a blogger with a different one. And make sure when you create your Gmail, you spell it right. I spelled it wrong, like a moron. So I'm stuck with that one. But I'm gonna go and create it with this one. So I'm gonna sign in. I hope I can remember the password. So you sign in with your email. FML. Come on. Sorry guys, this is taking forever. I'm just trying to sign in. If it doesn't work, I will have to create a brand new one. And it's not working. So let me try to do another one. Oh my God, I'm gonna shoot myself. Hold on. Crickets. I'm gonna sign into the one that already has the password filled in, if this computer ever lets me. And then you guys also wanna think of like a name for your blog. In the meantime, so we're talking about this. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. A lot of coaches just use their name. Like I just said, Amanda Halo Fitness. It doesn't have to be something special. Just use whatever you're comfortable with. And if you have one that you really like, then you can use it, but you can totally just use your name. So once you're signed in, you go to blogger.com, and there's a bunch of places you can host your blog on, but I've always used this, and it's easy for me, so this is the one I'm going to teach because it's the only one I know. There's also WordPress, but that one I think you have to pay for, and there's Wix. That one's free, but I've never used it, so I always say go with Blogger. Plus, it's also connected to Google, so it's easy, and you guys already use it. This connection is so slow, it's going to torture me tonight. Okay, so this is what you're gonna come to when you log in to blogger.com. This is like no blog because I'm logged out of my blog. So it tells you right here, create your blog now. It's pretty simple where to start. Can you guys all see it? And if you can't see it, you'll be able to watch the recording of it over again and you'll be able to see it. So it says create your blog now. So all you do is go to new blog and click on it. And then it'll ask you for their title. So whatever you want your title to be. I don't know what you want it to be. Whatever, I don't know. Ellie Perico Fitness. I'm just gonna write Ellie Fitness. And then the address, you can add a custom domain later. So if you buy a domain, you can add it later. So, but for now, your address will be, so I'm just gonna use Amanda because she's at the top. AmandaHalo.amandahaloFitness.blogspot.com. That's what it would be if you put Amanda Halo up there. So mine, since I put Ellie Fitness up there, it'll be Ellie Fitness. And we'll see if it lets me. Nope, it's not available. So I'm gonna put Ellie P Fitness. Yep, it's available. So you check if yours is available, and if it's available, it'll tell you that is your blog address. lepfitness.blogspot.com. And remember, you can always change that. I bought a domain, it was like $15 for the year. So mine now is just fitfluentialmom.com, which sounds a little more official than having to give the blogspot name, but you don't have to worry about that yet. So then here you choose your template. And you can browse more and customize it later, but choose one of these three and then change it later on. It can be any of them. So I'm just gonna go with this one, create blog. And it's actually this easy. Now let's wait till it loads it. I told you guys it takes forever. All right, so now you have, find a domain. Don't worry about domains now. It's gonna come up, it'll say find a domain name for your blog and connect it instantly. I wouldn't do that yet because I don't know who it's gonna connect it through, but we can search just in case. I don't know who it's gonna get it through. So I'm just gonna do Amanda Halo Fitness just to see what this does, because I got mine through GoDaddy and it was a bit of a pain to connect them. So if this is easier, it might be better for you to go through your blog here. Let me see. This might get you 2 steps and done in one, if it works. But my computer connection is really slow today. As you guys can see, it's spinning. Oh my gosh, I gave up on this. Forget it, you can get your domain later. I can't handle that spinning wheel. But this is what it's gonna take you to. Oh, now it works. So look, when you, it finally worked and then it went away. This is torture. Sorry, whoever's watching the recording of this. So we forgot about getting the domain right away. We can look at getting the domain afterwards, but so here you have your new blog. And it gives you the choice to, where is it? Start blogging, but we want to set it up. And I lost that when we got to the other page. Let me go back one. This is not working out the way I expected because of the connection being so slow. Okay. We'll just hit on start blogging because I haven't opened up a new one in so long. So we're going to go to blog dashboard. But this is awful. I don't know why it's saying. I'm going to close my other windows again and see if it helps. This is like the quietest team call we've ever had. It's taking forever. Like, this computer is awful today. I've never had something so I think because I have both my phones, but I've always had both my phones. Like, kind of ridiculous. At least you know how to create it. You just go to Blogger, you sign in, you choose your name. But I wanted to show you guys how to create the template. And it's just taking a long time. Okay. So we're going to just cut to how to add a blog post. So you have your blog, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. In the meantime, I'll just open another window. Because remember, I chose LEP Fitness. So it's going to be lepfitness.blogspot.com. So it should already be up, but it would be just naked, like there would be nothing on it. See? Okay. So even the way it sets it up, it doesn't set it up bad. You can start creating stuff and it'll start posting to it. So whatever you choose your name to be will appear at the top. And whatever your Google profile will appear right there as your About Me. So let's just go back to adding a blog post. Adding a blog post is super simple. I think your first blog post should be your About Me page. So it shouldn't be like super duper long. I would just put kind of like your story. What got you into fitness? Like what got you into wanting to become a coach? Maybe like some of your struggles. And my story includes my infertility, like stuff that people can identify with. So mine includes my infertility with my kids because it took me a long time, my struggle with an eating disorder, and my thyroid issues. All of those things are kind of what motivated me to finally find like a program that works besides a diet. So I include that. And then I talk about how I started with Beachbody and then what it's done for me. And then I have a couple pictures mixed in there. Let me show you, let me show you guys the example of mine. Oh shoot, I fell. Okay. Let me show, I don't even know if I have it up on this one. This connection though is killing me. I have negative patience, not no patience, negative patience. And I fully admit that. Like, this is torture for me. And we've called and complained about our internet 1,000 times. Okay, so I have my About Me on another page, and I'll show you guys how to do that. And then once you create other pages, you can do that. But it doesn't. Let me see. Hold on. This is awful. It's just gonna make the call so much longer, and I wanted to like move through it so we could talk about a lot of stuff. Okay, so what I did was how Fitfluential Mom was born. So you guys could put how I created Amanda Halo Fitness or why Amanda Halo Fitness, came about. Because I know I certainly was never a fitness coach. I didn't take nutrition classes. I was never a personal trainer, and people think you have to be. So that's why you kind of have to write your story so people understand that you don't have to be. It will not even let me scroll down until the whole page loads. It's beyond torturous. Oh my goodness. I think I might have to, we're going to have to reschedule this because this is not working at all. And Amanda, it's worked in the past.
Yes.
It's worked.
It's like, what did you do on tonight's call? We stared at a webpage.
It sucks because tonight I'm finally on time. The kids are asleep. The house is quiet. And my internet sucks. Okay, so
everybody's kids are probably asleep, so everyone's using the internet, which is lagging your internet.
Yes, probably. So here's mine. You guys can look at mine if you want to, but it's not super long, but it's kind of long because I'm long-winded. And then I linked my Facebook page, my Twitter, which I don't even use anymore. And I probably have to update these because they've been so long. So I would do on your blog, first, try to write your post about you. So the way you write into this is you literally just type it like a Word document, but I'm going to show you guys how to link things. So if like this was the end of my autobiography and I would add like, for more information, follow me on Facebook and Instagram.
Mommy, it's bedtime.
So I would always link the Instagram and the Facebook, and this is just going to slow me down even more, but you're going to have to open your Facebook to your, whatever your page is. And then you're going to have to open your Instagram also so that you can get your Instagram address. More torture. It's like endless torture for me right now. Opening more windows. This is awful. Yeah, okay, so do you guys see the address up here for my Facebook? Okay, so you copy and paste that. Do you guys know how to copy paste? Some people don't. Everybody know how to copy paste?
Yeah.
Okay, so you highlight it, copy, and then you go back over here and you highlight the Facebook and you go right here to where it says link and you click on that. I'm gonna close these out because they're just slowing me down more. And then you just paste the web address in there. So the text is gonna say Facebook, but it's gonna link it to this. And then down here it says.
How did you do that again?
Say it again.
How did you do that? Get that edit link part?
You highlight the Facebook, you highlight whatever word you wanna link, and then you go to link. See where it says link right there? And you click on it.
Okay.
And then you paste it right there. To what URL should this link go? You paste it right there. And then you want to click down here where it says, open this link in a new window. Because if you don't click that, it will take them out of your blog to go to your Facebook, and then they may not remember to come back to it. So I always make every link open a new window. That way they can still stay on your blog and see your Facebook. So that one's linked to Facebook. And now this one, if I want to link it to Instagram, I just highlight it, link, and then I know my Instagram address, so I don't have to copy paste it and wait 10 years for it to load. Yeah. It's not even typing fast. I think it's just this computer's a dinosaur. Okay, so it's already checked off, so I linked both of those. So when you create your blog, make sure that, or your About Me post, you link stuff to your Facebook and your Instagram so you can kind of redirect people there. So let's just pretend that this is my About Me page. And I'm just gonna copy and paste this onto it. So I'm gonna copy and paste like one paragraph so you can see that it shows something. Okay. Okay, so you can change the font, you can change everything. To change the font, you highlight the whole thing and you go over here. Font. There's not that many choices, so you just pick which one you want, and I would say stick with the same font for every blog post so it looks consistent. And try to stick with the same size. This one helps you choose the size. So I just put normal, not big, not small. And then just like on Word, you can make it bold, you can make it not bold. And you can make it italic, you can underline it, you can change the color. You might want to make, the title a different color, whatever you guys want. The title's up here, but there's a lot to play with up here, so play with it. This one is what moves it to the middle, so if you want all your blog posts to be centered, you highlight it, you click on this, and you center them. And that's about it. You can spell check it, which is a really good idea to do. And then if you want to add a picture, you just make sure that your icon is where it is, and you go to here. See the picture icon right there? Oh, it says now you can drag and drop images. Okay, that's a lot easier. So we might go away. Now that thing's not going away. Okay, so we might want to drag and drop images. Let me see if I can drop some in. Oh my goodness, now this thing isn't going away. Do you guys see it? Let me see if I drag and drop an image if it goes away. Tonight is not working for me. Like this whole computer sucks tonight. So here are my images. They're not even loading. Okay, here's my images. I'm gonna drop one in there and it's not letting me. Oh, there it is. I can't get rid of this thing. Why are you not working for me? Oh, there it is. Okay, got it. OMG. I hope you guys see me trying to click away and it's not working. Okay. So I tried to drag an image and I don't know if it worked. There we go. So you just open a folder with your images on them from the computer, you get it and you drag it in. Let's see if it works. Because before you had to do it another way. My computer's super slow tonight. I'm not sure if we should try to do this another night. I see it right here trying to load, but it's like not loading at all. Okay, there it goes. So the dropping worked. So you can just grab it and drop it in. Okay. As many as you want. And once you drop them in, you can move them around too. You don't have to leave them where they're at. So you can move it up here. You can change the size. If you click on it, you'll see on the bottom down here, it tells you small, medium, large, and it'll tell you left, center, or right. So if I want it in the center, I can move it. If I want it a little smaller, I can make it smaller, larger. You can totally play with it. So I think that's the best way to add an image is just drag it in there because the other way is a lot harder. So once you have your image and your blog post is all set, you're going to want to create labels. And I'll show you why you want the labels. If this computer doesn't kill me. Okay. I'll show you the labels in a minute once this page loads. Okay, so labels are whatever you want to create it. I would create labels for recipes, workouts, nutrition tips, just random labels like that. You might even want to separate your recipes, dinner recipes, breakfast recipes, dessert recipes, whatever you want, but create labels so that people can easily find your information on your blog. So this is my About Me page. So it's a hard label to pick for it, but we'll choose a different one when we write a recipe. So this one, I don't know what label I would put. I would maybe put, I don't know, no label. But if it was a recipe, you would just put recipe or something like that and you would put it there. So I'm gonna put, for this one, coach, for any information about me. So that'll be the coach label. Schedule is if you don't want to post it right now, if you wanna publish it, maybe if you wanna set it to publish in 2 days, you can schedule it. So sometimes if you don't have time to blog post for a month and a half or a month or two, you might want to just schedule them out. I don't use this a lot, so you don't have to use it at all. You can just publish it right away. Permalink is when you create a blog post, it will create your address to the blog as like this. Whatever your title is, it will just make it like this, elliefitness.blogspot.com with the year, the month, and then the title of your blog post, but you can change it. So if I want this blog post to just be about me with no dash, I'll change it. So you can either leave the one they chose or pick your own. When I make recipes, I change this a lot. So if the recipe name is eggplant mini pizzas, it will do it like this. The automatic link oh, it didn't even do it. Oh, there it goes. Eggplant mini pizza. It'll include the dashes. I don't like the dashes because it's harder for me to give to people when I give them the link. So I create my own and I would just put eggplant mini pizza without the dash as the address. So you just click done and that's it. So you want to definitely choose labels and figure out what you want your link to be. And then once it's all set, you publish it. So that's your first blog post. And notice my page is still spinning. No, I don't want to share. I've never had this bad of a connection in my life. This is killing me. Hold on. I need to get rid of this. Cancel. Okay, so there's your first blog post. Edit, view, share, delete, whatever you want. But if you want to edit it, you can click on edit it. If you want to view it, you just click on view and it'll take you directly to it. Okay, so there's my first blog post. Eggplant mini pizza. Oh, well, I forgot to change it back. It shouldn't say eggplant mini pizza. It should say about me. And it's still loading it, so I can't scroll down. Okay, so this is it. You can see it includes the pictures, and then here are my links. So if I click on these, it should link it, and it should take you to my Facebook page. And if I click on this one, it should take you to my Instagram page, but this dinosaur is probably gonna take forever right now. So I don't know if we're gonna be patient enough to wait for it. But it didn't give us an error message, so that's a good thing. Oh my goodness, this is taking forever. So you guys can see that it did send you to my Instagram and my Facebook. It did. So that you always want to check that your links work, because they may not work, and then you're gonna have to edit them. And then down here, people can leave comments. And you'll get the comments and you'll see them when they come. I don't ever hardly get comments, but you want to check right here. Notify me when somebody comments. That way, if somebody asks you for help or fitness help or recipes, you get it. So, and then do you see how it says here, your blog archive? It'll start listing all your blog posts by month and by year. So this is your first one. Now, let's see if we can get to changing your template. So does everybody get how to add a blog post? Yeah? Okay.
Yes, trying to figure out how to add pages on it or tabs on it.
Yeah, and that's what I want to get to, but it kind of skipped me. Okay, so here it is. Let me see where we go to. Oh, I think it's over here. So you have 4 page views and 1 post. So you go here to your post. Okay, let it keep loading. Okay, so now do you see along here how it says pages, comments, stats, earnings, campaigns, layout, template, etc.? Okay, so the first thing you want to do is go to your template, because if you change that, it will completely change your blog. So you want to choose your template first. So you click on template. Remember it told you that you could change it when you first chose it?
Right.
Where you're going to change it.
Can you change it at any time?
Yes, but it might mess up your blog. So you want to change it, not at any time, but you want to change it. Once you create it, you keep it. Not once you create it, but once you customize it, you don't want to change it.
Because I'm wondering if I should start a new one or just continue with the one that I started when I started my journey.
How many blog posts do you have up?
I think there's a total of 64 in the last year and a half.
That's kind of a lot. I mean, you could transfer them over, but that would be hard, a lot of work. So here it shows you what your computer view is and what your mobile view is. And the reason I like Blogger is because they have a mobile view. I pay for my website through GoDaddy and it has no mobile view, and it pisses me off because I pay for that and it doesn't even look good. So you want to choose your template. You can change it here if you want to, but you don't have to. And then you want to customize it. So you go to customize. Okay, so this is where you customize. You can change colors. So if this one looks a little girly for you, like probably for Tony, it doesn't have to stay orange and pink and stuff on the side. You can change it down here. So if you want the blue better, you can go with blue. But there's literally a ton of them. So I would spend some time looking at what you like best for your blog and choose that one. This is gonna take for freaking ever if this computer doesn't speed up. So you might have to do like a part 1 and part 2. We can do part 2 in 2 weeks because next week I'm on vacation. But this way I change it to blue, so that's like more boy friendly. If you wanna just check out the different blogs, you can play with it and check them out. There's a bunch of different templates up here. Oh my goodness, Georgia. It just keeps spinning and spinning. Okay, so I chose a different one up here. This is a traveling one, probably not a good one, but it has different themes in it. So this one's not a bad one, it's more neutral. I would say check them all out and look them and see what works for you. This one's more dark, but they're not all dark. There's different combinations of it. So look at all of these different templates and try to choose one that you like and one that you can live with and one that you're not gonna wanna change a lot because it might mess it up once you do. You can change colors and stuff like that, but you don't wanna change, you don't wanna go from this one to this one because it might shift too much stuff around. So once you've chosen it, okay, I like this one, then you start messing with this stuff, the background. You can change the color scheme. So say you don't like the orange, choose a pink color scheme. And it's not changing it, but this is how you do it. It would normally change it so you can see it. But it's not because my computer's slow. So this is where you would choose it. OMG. Okay. Oh, there we go. It's finally doing it, slowly but surely. Okay, then you go to adjust widths. I'm gonna make this smaller so you guys can see it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you go to adjust widths up here. And what this does is it lets you control the sidebars. So, and the entire blog. So I don't know how this is gonna work, but do you see how it's kind of widening it out? You can make the actual blog post wider and the sidebar narrower. So that's how you mess with that. Do you see how it's shifting everything around? I can't see some of you guys. Some of you guys are frozen, but I don't know if it's my computer or if it's yours. So you wanna play with this, and you can change this later, but set it to the way you want to. I would try to keep the center as a, the blog post pretty wide, and then keep the side maybe to the other 1/3 or 1/4 of the page. So I'm gonna keep it like this, and I have it all set up. Layout, this tells you whether you want no columns, or 1 column on the right, or 2 columns on the right, or if you want a column on each side. Can you guys see those layouts up there?
Yeah.
Or not. So that's what you have to choose. Mine is like this. I only have one column on the right. So choose it and try to stick with it. Okay, so once you choose it, you stick with it. I don't really use my footer, so you don't have to have anything unless on the footer you want maybe your, I don't know. I don't really have anything on my footer, so I wouldn't even focus on that. I would just focus on the main layout. Okay, then you go to advanced. I don't know. I don't think I've gone to this yet. Okay, so now this is where you change a bunch of different things. So the page title, you can change the font to it. Oh no, this isn't the page title. Let me see what the font is. These are just a bunch of different fonts you can change. I wouldn't even mess with this because it's going to take you a lot of time. And maybe your post title, you might want to change that just because if you don't like this, the way that all of your titles should look the same. So maybe you want them to be all one color, all a specific color that you like. So you change that to whatever color you like. So the post title is a definite good one. And then the blog title is also probably a really important one to change. So try to pick a font that's strong and try to pick a color that you like. So I wouldn't change much other than your post title and your blog title. Everything else can stay the same. Once you've made all the changes here that you want to change, you have to make sure to click on apply to blog, because otherwise all the changes you made are in the tubes and they don't count. So you click apply to blog. And then when we go to it, it should be there. Now I'm going to show you guys part 2 of this. The spinning. Okay, so LAP Fitness. I really want to get to like the main part. So there it is. The changes I made are there. I changed the font and I changed the color, and I changed the font and the color to my blog post titles. So, and it's, for something that you created in 5 minutes, it's not that bad. And you guys could do this easily in 5 minutes. So I would try to do this immediately, and then we'll work on something else. So if you notice, I'm going to show you guys mine too right now. Hopefully it works with me and loads. This one has no pages. It's just a blog. So people go to your page and it's just a blog. I would just start creating it like this for right now. I wouldn't worry too much about the pages until you get at least a couple blog posts up, but you can. I mean, if you're feeling ambitious and you have extra time, create pages like I'm going to show you I did, and then I'll show you guys how to add the pages. Nicole, you wanted to add pages, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm trying to get this to load, but
Yeah, it said like a contact page and maybe
Yeah.
another page for the Shakeology.
Yeah. So if you see mine, this is mine. Mine is super plain. I really need to fix it, but I have not fixed it yet. So I have my blog post, but I also have all these pages that I added. So I have a page on About Me, a page on Shakeology information, a page on boot camp information, and a page on the Beachbody Health Bet, which I have to delete because obviously there's no more Health Bet. It's over now. Or it's not over, but you can't start it. And then a page on the 3-day quick fix. You can have a page on whatever you want. So essentially, this can be your free website, because I have a website that I pay for, but honestly, this gets way more traction. So don't pay for a website. Don't pay for somebody to create your website. Play with this and do it yourself, because it's totally doable. So now, you want to create pages like these are. So we're going to go to that part. So far we've covered, let's see. We covered, don't go away, how to create a post and how to change your template. So now we want to add pages. This is super easy. The way you add a page is the same way you add a blog post. So all you do is go to here, new page.
How did you get there?
Right here.
It's fine.
Yeah, you see where it says pages?
Yeah.
You go there. So you just go to new page. Now, you want me to go from the beginning? You literally just go to Blogger. I'll just take you to the beginning because sometimes that screen can be hard to find. Hopefully my computer is better now. I think it's starting to get a little bit teeny weeny faster. Okay, so when you go to blogger.com, you're gonna see one post after you put your first post. So you have to have one post up before you can see that list. So you go to one post. Come on. You should see your list of posts, and along down this side is where you should see your template, pages, all that stuff. Okay, so there it is. You go to pages. And then you click new page. So once you click new page, it's gonna look just like a blog post. Exactly the same. You see how it looks the same? Only thing it's missing is over here, label and all that stuff. You don't need that because it's not a blog post. So I would say your first page, make it your About Me page. So maybe for your first blog post, don't make an About Me blog post, or copy and paste it and then go and delete that blog post. But make this kind of the same as your first blog post and write about yourself. So you guys know how to do that. I'm gonna just paste whatever I had. It looks like crap, so you wanna change the font, do whatever you want. This looks weird because I copied and pasted from not a regular page. So once you type in your thing, you can preview it before you actually publish it. So hit preview and it'll show you what it's gonna look like to see if maybe the font is off. So this is what it looks like. If you're happy with it, great, close it. Oh my goodness. Okay, if you're happy with it, go to page settings. Let me see, I don't know what the options are. Oh, here you can choose allow comments, don't allow comments. I would just say allow comments. So publish it. So now your page is published. So now you want to go back to your blog and see what it looks like. And it should show my page. If it ever loads. Where is it? I don't see my page. I'm not seeing my page. I think we might have left something out. I don't know why I'm not seeing it, but I should see it for sure right here. Let me try to add another page and see what happens. Okay, close. So then you probably want to add a page about Shakeology. And if you don't have any information on Shakeology, just go to mine and you can totally copy it. So I'm just gonna pretend and just write whatever. Okay, so just write it, publish it, and let me see if I can see it. Yeah, it shows it to me, but I don't know why it doesn't show it to me. We might have to. It should show it to me right away when I go to your blog, but it's not for some reason. This is frustrating me. So we might have to have a part 2 to this call because that's kind of an important part. Okay, I don't know why they're, oh, maybe they have a tab somewhere else. Let me see. Nope. I don't know why they're not showing it. So sorry guys, I will figure that part out. On the pages part, I would still create your pages because I guarantee you they're going to show up somewhere. I just might be missing something on where to show them. All published. Let me see. I don't know why they're not showing up. So that's how you add pages, and I'm going to check and see what's going on why they're not showing. This part is also important. You see where it says layout? The layout is kind of what helps you add buttons to your blog, and I'll show you guys mine before I explain it to you. This is awfully, awfully, awfully slow. Okay, so you see my pages show up. I need to check on mine, why mine show up and why yours don't. But this is the layout. If you see on when this finally finishes loading, on my side, on my sidebar, I have a bunch of different things that I added to the layout. Now, once it stops loading, I'll show you guys what they are. It's still really, really slow. Beyond. Oh my goodness, torture. I don't know if it's ever going to load. I'm gonna stop it. We might have to cut it so I don't waste you guys' time anymore, but at least you guys sort of got the message on creating it. Because right now it's, okay, here we go. So this is, you see over here, I added a contact form, and I'll show you guys how to add that. I added my Instagram, like it gives you kind of a preview of my Instagram here. I added a link to, I don't even remember what this links over to. Oh, I'm not even gonna let it because it's gonna take me out of the page. I'm pretty sure that this takes you to whatever, either the getting the 21-day fix link or information about the 21-day fix. And these are my labels. So do you see how I have a bunch of different ones? This is why you want labels, so that you can have people easily find information on your blog. So if they want meal prep information, they can click on that. If they want low carb things, they can click on that. If they want meal prep Monday stuff, they can click on that. Saving tips. So it doesn't have to be all fitness. I have all kinds of stuff. I have recipes, relationships, running, Shakeology, slow cooker recipes, technology, because remember, I had this blog before I was a fitness coach, but people want to read all kinds of stuff. So you can add other things that you're into. So websites that I've reviewed. So if somebody clicks on here, dessert, it'll probably give them dessert recipes. So that's why you want the labels, to help people find your dessert recipes, or not your dessert recipes, or find specific things. So here's a list of all of my dessert recipes. And then here is how it organizes them. So as you can see, it's organized them by year. I started blogging in 2011. I didn't start coaching till 2014. So you'll see I had this blog way before, and I just kept using it because I did not want to move all of these blog posts. So it'll separate them by year and by month. And if you guys want to go and copy some of mine, you totally can do that. I copy some of mine too. So here they're all organized. It says blog archive. So you can reorganize everything in this column by going over here. See where it says layout? So here you have, this is this is probably the most confusing screen. This is the header. This is where your title is. I wouldn't put anything here. I would go straight down here to where it says sidebar. You see where it says add a gadget, about me, and blog archive? If you click on add a gadget, you'll look over here, and it'll give you different things that you can add. If you don't recognize it, don't add it, because you won't know what it is. So labels, you want to add that. You want to add labels because you want them to see the different labels to your blog post along the side. So you literally just click the plus button. And do you want all labels to appear? Yes. Do you want them alphabetically or by frequency? I always put them alphabetically. Do you want them in a list or in a cloud? And I always put the cloud because it puts them all together closer. And do you want to show the number of posts per label? Yes or no. It doesn't really matter. You just select what you want. So you put save. And then it'll add them. You see where it says labels right there? So your labels will appear at the top. Then you go and you add another gadget. And stop me, raise your hand, talk, totally, whatever, if you have a question about it, because I'm going kind of fast. So some of these things, I don't know what they are. Featured post. So if you have a post that you think is really important, like maybe a post about your next boot camp, and you want everybody to be able to see it right when they go to your blog all the time, you can click on this. And this might just be a post about your boot camps or your challenge groups, or it might, a really good featured post would be a featured post with your transformation picture. Like maybe a featured post, not with your story in general, but with maybe how far you've come in your fitness. So not your about me, but your fitness thing. So the gadget title could be whatever you want. You could put this, my transformation story. And then show post title, show text, show image. And here would be a list of all of your posts. So you would have to first create a post about your transformation, and then you pick it. I only have one, so this is the only one I could choose to be my featured post. So this is what it would look like on the side. Do you guys follow me so far? Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
So remember, you'll have a list here of all your posts. I only have one up so far on this example blog, so this would be my featured post, and you create it here. Do you want it to show the image or not? I would definitely have it show the image, especially if it's your Transformation Tuesday picture, because you want people to see your story and where you came from. And then do you want it to show a little bit of the text or not? It's totally up to you. It makes it longer. I don't really think you need to. I would just put the title and then your transformation picture and let people click on it to go read it. So save that. So now you have your transformation story, labels, your about me. I don't really leave by about me on there because you're gonna have a page for it. So to delete something that you may not want, you go to edit and you go to remove. So I don't want my about me there, so I'm gonna remove it. And then I'm gonna add another gadget. And let's see what it is. There's nothing else I recognize. More gadgets. Sometimes you can make your own, and I'll show you guys maybe how to make your own on another one. Contact form. You definitely want to add a contact form. So click on that. And all you do is save. That's it. So there you have your contact form. And let me see. So maybe you should make your first blog post. Don't make your first blog post your about me, since you're gonna make that a different page. Make your first blog post your transformation story. All of you have some sort of a transformation, even if it's not a big one, you all have something. Even if it's not a huge physical one, but it's a huge emotional one, I would put that and still put a before and after picture. Let me see if there's any other gadgets I would add, because I'm not gonna show you guys how to add like the Facebook and the Instagram until everybody has their blog up, because you need it. You need to have everything up to learn how to add that. Pickup lines, okay. I don't think there's any other ones that, no. So these are the main ones. Contact form, your featured post, your labels, and your blog archive. And if you see, you can move these around. So say you want your transformation story on top, drag it and move it. And if you want your labels up there, drag them and move them. And if you want, or if you want your contact form on top, drag it and move it. So once it's all set up, you just save arrangement. Oops, I fell. Again. Okay. Save arrangement, and now view blog. So now you should be able to see the blog with everything on the side that we just created. And I don't know why it's not showing our pictures. So do you guys see the contact form? And then you see my featured post. I don't have my featured post up yet, but I need to find a really good transformation picture and put a featured post. So there's my featured post. Here are my labels. I only have one coach. And here's my blog archive. So if you look at it, it looks pretty good for a new blog. Now I'm gonna quickly show you guys how to copy and paste a new blog from Team Beachbody, which is what I do all the time. So once you're done doing this and you want to create a new post, you just go back to new post. So what I do when I don't have a blog post to put up, like I don't have any recipes or anything ready, I go to teambeachbody.com, and I talked to you guys about this last time. This is taking forever.
I figured out the pages.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, you have to add a gadget into the bar so that it'll add the pages.
Oh. Well, then we got to go back to that. Okay. So I go to teambeachbody.com. You have to sign in. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to access the blog. Okay. No, I didn't forget my password. Stop. Okay. And you go right here. You see, in the middle, you'll always see a recipe or a story. So you click over here. And it doesn't have to be the one that's featured there. It can be any of them. Tonight is taking forever. If you guys haven't been to the Team Beachbody blog, there's a ton of stuff. So say you wanted to add this recipe. You don't have to add this one. You can go to different ones. If you just go up here, you'll see all the different ones they have. If you click on nutrition, you'll see the scroll down button. And there's healthy eating, cooking tips, Shakeology, on fitness. I'm going to choose this one, cauliflower bread. Oh. Once this thing stops loading, I'll copy paste it. All right, I'm gonna give up on this probably and just continue it next time. So this is taking way too long. Tonight just sucks. So I would just post maybe your own recipe, but don't even worry too much about that. Right now, just worry about doing your first blog post, which maybe do your transformation story, making it your featured post on the side. And then what Nicole just said was you have to add a gadget. Let me see. So you go to layout. Is that where you went, Nicole?
Yeah, hold on. In layout, and then where you want, look at yours.
Oh, is that
where your nav bar is, you have to select your gadget.
That's what it is. Okay, so if you guys see where it says nav bar, you go to edit.
And I did mine in the cross column part, which was under my header.
Okay. Oh, you did it here? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. So you would want to do it
Right below your header, go down to the next one, cross column,
Uh-huh.
and then it says it had add gadget.
Yeah, because you want it under your blog title, not above it. So that's a lot better. So you go to add a gadget, and it should give you, where is it?
Just scroll down to pages.
I see page header. Oh, pages. Right
Down. There you go.
Duh, you're the best. See, you taught yourself how to add pages.
I figured it had to be gadgets because everything's gadgets on this thing.
So here you want to, I've already have 2 pages created. So first you want to create your pages, then you come over here and it tells you which pages do you want to include. Well, obviously you want to include all of them. And here you can change the order. So you should probably put home, about me, and then all your other pages.
Right.
And then you click save. And now you save arrangement. And now our pages should all be there. Let's see. You're the best, lifesaver, because I wanted to get at least that down this time. It took us an hour, but we did it. Okay, there they are. Yay! So here's your basic blog. Your name, your pages, whatever you want your pages to be. You can go look at mine and see what mine is. I wouldn't do more than home, about me, and you can maybe do one on Shakeology or maybe do one on, but I would just put home and about me for right now because you're going to have your featured post over here. Worry about this later. Just get your blog up and then add some recipes. So home, about me, and you have your stuff on the side, your contact form, your featured post, which would be your transformation story, your labels, and your blog archive. And your blog is set and ready to go. And the reason you want a blog is because, like I told you guys last week, when you want to post something to Facebook, you don't want to post a recipe and then when people say, oh, how'd you make that? Send them to some other coach's website or send them to some Google website. You want to share your recipe from your blog so that if they want to share it with friends, they share your blog. And I'll show you guys what I do when I want to share a recipe, and maybe I haven't typed it up yet, like this one, which I haven't. Oh, I hear you, Cynthia. Cynthia's post is the first one that came up. Let me see. She's frozen. That's why you don't have Cheetos in your car. Keep them out. All right. This is taking forever. When I stress eat, I eat dessert. Okay. This will be the last thing. We'll be done in like 5 minutes. So when you share, you don't want to share the recipe right away. You just want to share what you made. So the other day we made a dessert. Oh my goodness. This is so annoying. I would stop it, but I can't stop it because I won't be able to scroll down to the recipe where I can show you guys people that commented. Okay, remember really quickly while we're here that your posts are public. If you don't see a little globe by your post, that means not everybody that goes to your website or your Facebook can see it. So click on that little arrow and make it public because some of you have yours set to friends only and then nobody else can share your stuff. So while I'm here, make sure everything you have is set to public. Okay, let me keep going. Almost there. My muffin post, you guys know where that's at? Because I cannot see it. Anyways, it's taking me too long. What you're gonna wanna do is, I'll start talking. Say you made, like the other day, the kids and I made muffins. Oh, there they are, stop. Where are they? Hold on. Okay, the kids and I made muffins, but I obviously haven't typed up the blog post yet because I don't have it. So all I did was, if you want the recipe, comment below and I'll tag you when it's posted. So I just put the picture, and like a million people who I totally didn't think would care about this recipe commented. So that way, when you do create your blog post, you post it and then you tag all of these people so that all of these people plus all of their friends see your blog post and see that recipe. Do you get the benefit of doing that instead of just laying it out there? Okay. Because you don't want to give them too much at first. Some of them, yeah, post a link, but on some of them, if I don't have the link yet because I haven't typed it, I do this. I post a picture of it and I say, if you guys want the recipe, let me know and I'll tag you when it's up. And then if you can tag people when you post, it's really helpful because your post goes on their page and you're sharing your own blog. You're not sharing, you know, Google or some other coach's recipe.
Right.
So that's why you want to do that. So that's the basics of creating the blog. So I hope you guys all do that. You have essentially 2 weeks because next week we won't have a team call unless Natalie wants to host one because I'm going to be on vacation and my husband will strangle me if I do this on vacation. So, I mean, he already wants to strangle me anyway, but he'll really strangle me if I host a team call from an RV. So I think Natalie will probably do it next week. I'm sure she'd be up for it. But I would say try to get your blog up because that will really make you official. And then we will talk in 2 weeks and then maybe talk about adding other stuff to it and sharing and posting and all that stuff. So I hope it was helpful. Sorry it was so dang long and so slow, but this is my crappy connection. And they're usually way more exciting, Tony, but tonight was on blogging.
Yeah, it's all right. I learned a lot.
Okay, good. So I hope you guys create it. And if you do, share it. Post it to your page and tag me in it. Whenever you guys post stuff, tag me in it just so I see it. If you remember to. Or comment and tag me on it. Sometimes you'll realize that you miss so much stuff. So I hope you guys have did everybody have any questions? No? All right. If you need ideas with names, I would ask in Team Victory All-Stars, hey, can you guys help me? But most of them are just going to say, use your name. Because most people do use their name. I would have, if I didn't have a blog from a long time ago, I would have just used my name also. But being in law enforcement, they discourage you from using your name, so that's why I never used it for my own blog to begin with. But I would say you guys use your name. It's easier, and it's nothing to think about. So next time, maybe we'll talk about getting your domain and adding Facebook and Instagram to it. But I won't hold you guys up anymore. So do it, and we will talk soon. Alrighty?
Alrighty.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Night.